Hello and welcome to AZ in the Circle, Arizona Softball Podcast. We have two great student athletes with us today. Rylan Biblioni from Hamilton. She's a Husky. And then Collin Hess from Highland. She's a Hawk.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And Bibbs, you're a class of 2026?
Yes.
And Collin, class of 2025? All right, super. Glad you guys are both here. Glad you guys made the time to be here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I love having the in-studio podcasts. Okay, we're going to ask you 5 questions. We'll keep it simple to the point, and, well, wherever it goes, but at least we'll have that little outline. We want to recap how your summer went. What was your best summer memory on the field, off the field? Hey, you just wrapped up fall ball. There's a big holiday coming up. You guys been good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm sure your parents are watching, so they can confirm. And I know you guys are great student athletes, great people. Then we're going to talk about your recruiting journey leading up to September 1st, your 2025. So I'd love to hear what was it like leading up to your junior year, September 1st, and then September of your senior year. That would be fantastic. And then in that, you can ask some questions about, hey, what did you find was the most effective part of the recruiting process for you? Then we'll take a break, and Brig with Polaris PT out of Queen Creek, we'll hear from him and what he does for student athletes to get stronger, bigger, faster, all that kind of stuff. And then when we come back after the break, hey, knowing what you know now, I love this question. What would you tell your younger self? And then we'll wrap up with, hey, what are your personal keys to your success?
Mm-hmm.
What makes you at this young stage in your life? What have you noticed about yourself when you reflect back and say, I'm really this, or I'm really that, or whatever? Okay, all right?
Yes.
All right. So here we go. Bibbs, we'll start with you. Let's recap how your summer went. How'd your summer go? What was your best on the field memory?
My summer definitely had its ups and downs, but I feel like all the experiences I went through really just helped me grow, not only as an athlete, but also as a person. My favorite memory on the field was playing for Team Spain, the International Challenge.
In Colorado.
Yes.
TC International Challenge.
Yes.
Yes.
It was so much fun just getting to meet so many new people from just around the country and just all of us representing our cultures and playing for something more than softball. It was such a fun experience. There were so many different activities we did, like a parade, trading little pins, and trying new foods, and just learning new things about different people and different cultures. And I also feel like there was a different kind of recruiting aspect to it. It kind of expanded the coaches that saw us, because I wasn't committed at the time, so
It's important for you to be exposed.
Right, for sure. And a lot of my teammates were committed, and I know there were a lot of committed girls on other teams, and it just allowed different coaches to see me, and it allowed me to learn about schools that I've never heard of before.
And from what I understand, you want to study dentistry?
Yes.
Yes. And you have to take a certain science. You have to major in science to do this. And you told this to one of the coaches, and there was a great STEM school in Colorado, one of the best in the nation. And you told your TC Spain coach about it, and the next thing you know, what happened?
He just got in contact with the coach, and then next thing you know, at our next game, he was there right behind the backstop. So that was just a really cool opportunity, and my coach Mike Smith of Team Spain, was just gave me such a great opportunity and allowed me to, build a connection with that coach.
And he had just gotten to know you that couple, maybe the day before you guys all practiced together, and then you started playing.
Yes.
He saw your energy, and I saw what we have seen for years, is that you can light up the scoreboard, you can light up the field with your defensive plays or your offense or your stealing bases. So that's great that a coach would go out of his way, barely knowing you,
right?
Because he knows you're the real deal. And also, don't you think it shows how important it is that these club coaches, the relationships they've built with college coaches, how important that relationship is?
For sure. It's definitely important. Yes.
Yeah. Because I feel like it's a easy ask for a club coach or recruiting coordinator to, once they know the player that they see, and what kind of person they are, to go up to a coach that fits that, what they're looking for, and say, hey, might not know me, but we have this great student athlete that I think would be worth looking into more.
For sure.
And then you put them in their realm, and then let them figure out, they're the experts.
Yeah.
But hopefully you start to build relationships with college coaches, and they trust you the next time. So that's great to hear that he took a chance like that on you. So your best summer memory on the field during one of those games, anything happened like, do you remember?
Nothing specific, honestly. Just the energy though at the games. At every single game, we had little noisemakers. It was just a different kind of energy that I've never experienced while playing softball.
It's like a soccer game.
No, it really was.
Yeah.
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 It was
I think
awesome.
we have some pictures we'll share of, yeah, you guys get this, the
Yeah.
Spanish matador hat and all. I
All
saw
the
that.
flags and stuff. It was so awesome.
All right, we'll get our producer Casey to put some pictures up
Yeah.
in that time. Great. And what about your best summer memory off the field?
My favorite memory off the field was also in Colorado because my whole family took the trip and it was just super fun to sightsee and get to spend time with them. We went to the Rocky Mountains and Colorado is just so beautiful and it was so much fun. Like, we're super close. We laugh all the time, crack jokes. It was just a great time.
Super.
Yeah.
And then Collin, tell us about your summer, how it went, and what can you remember as far as on the field being your best memory?
Yeah, my summer was super fun. Being one of the older girls on the 16s, I got to be more of a leader. And in Colorado, there was one game in particular where it was our last game, and we had energy like no other, like we've never had before. And it was just back and forth the whole game. And even though we lost, I think it was the best game we've played with the highest energy. And that was when I hit my first home run over the fence. That was my favorite memory on the field.
And when you hit it, did you know it was gone, or did you just?
Yeah, it was first pitch, and I knew I might have said a bad word.
But you were fired up.
Yeah,
and the team went crazy.
Yeah, it was so fun.
It was electric.
Yeah, for sure.
And you rounded second base, and the team was. Or did you sprint around, or
sprinting?
Sprinted.
Yeah.
Did you give the team time enough to get there to home plate?
Barely.
Barely.
Barely there.
All right, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I think that's where you guys, is that like in the power pool play or trying to get to the power pool?
Yeah, we were getting.
And you guys really got really close.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
And any of your family members there to see that bomb?
Yeah, my whole family was there. Yeah.
And what'd they say?
They were so excited.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
Yeah, you got a couple brothers, right? They're
Yeah.
they're
Two
studs,
littles,
right?
yeah.
And what would they say to you afterwards?
They were so excited for me. They were like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cool!" But my other brother just hit one over the fence for his first time, so he beat me to it.
Oh, he beat you to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Baseball, he had
Yeah,
beaten you,
yeah.
yeah. All right, yeah, I know. Arlo?
Otto.
Otto.
Yeah.
Otto. Okay, great. And then what about your best summer memory off the field?
Mine was also in Colorado. So we had our school ball coach actually lives there and comes down for a season, but all our school ball teammates were in Colorado for the Sparkler. So we spent the 4th of July there and just hung out and had so much fun.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 4th of July in Colorado seems like not a lot nicer than
Yeah. Then
4th of
here.
July here.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great.
That's good. That's awesome. And then, and then fall ball. We just got through with fall ball. How was fall ball, Collin?
It was good. It was kind of bittersweet being my last one, but the girls were really fun being on a new team. And I just saw it as really like a developmental stage before I like really prepare for college.
Okay, good. And then, Rylan, how about fall ball? How has it been? I know there's always adversity that sets in, but
Yeah.
give me a little recap about your fall ball.
Yeah, kind of the same sort of thing as Colin. You know, I wasn't really sure what to expect going into it, playing with new girls, but I did get the chance to play with Colin again, so that was super fun. But the girls were also like super welcoming, treated me like family, and it was just same thing, like a time to work on myself, hit the gym, you know, and I got to play a new position. I played a little bit of shortstop, so it was fun getting to, you know, work on that and try to get better at that.
Yep. Yeah, you're a true utility player. You could play. What positions do you play? Well, besides shortstop,
Third base and outfield.
Yeah.
Yes.
left and center.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you can play second base too, I imagine.
Yes.
Okay. So you're a middle infielder, a corner, an outfielder.
Mhm.
Goodness, that's awesome. Okay, and then all right, let's share this recruiting journey. Who wants to start?
I can go.
Okay, so Collin, you're gonna be a senior. Well, you are a senior, and take us back to because I've known you for a while, and I know what a hard worker you are. You know, so I've always been impressed about that, and I know that your dad's a big champion of you. He's a coach also. So take us back to the summer before your junior year, ramping up to September 1st. If you can remember.
Yeah, that time was full of emails and camps. Me and my dad just sat and wrote emails forever. And I went to so many camps that summer, and I think that's where I made so many connections with other coaches.
That and then September 1st came, and For some people, it's it's great. I think it's stressful for what I've seen for any athlete, whether you get 10 calls that game or 25 calls that day, or you get 0 calls.
For
It's
sure.
still a lot to process one way or the other. How did it go for you?
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect at all, but I didn't get any calls September 1st, but I had gotten like one or two after that. And then my senior year, September, is really when I started to make my decision.
Make your decision.
Mhm.
And then so after September 1st is your junior year, you just get back to grinding and working hard and doing, and you're on a great team, the club team, and then you knew you had then you had high school ball, and then you had this big summer that just happened. So it was a very important summer for you, and then you really started. Did you set any goals for yourselves? Like, listen, I got to make contacts, because you went to a lot of camps in Utah.
Yeah.
So has that been your dream, is to go to a 4-year college in Utah?
Yeah, a university in Utah is my main goal. And I think I was like really focused on D1 or bust, but I think like stepping back and saying this is my ultimate goal, and there are more ways to get there than just like committing September 1st.
Okay. And so you want to share the news how you committed to Salt Lake Community College?
Yeah, so I had gone to a bunch of camps for another school, and they actually sent me the contact for Salt Lake and said they think I'd be a really good fit there. And so they reached out to their coaches too. And I went to a practice with them, and then I committed there the next week.
Well, that's awesome. So one of the 4-year schools that you were going to camps,
Yeah.
that they liked you.
Yeah.
They said, hey, come over here. We highly recommend it.
Yeah, we want to watch you.
That's
like
awesome.
here. Yeah,
That's got to make you feel great.
for sure.
That,
Yeah.
hey, you're close. You're almost there. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And then I've seen you put up some great infield drills that you do,
Oh,
and you're moving, you're really agile. And then I've seen your hitting. So I love to see that student athletes grind and keep getting after it. And so congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep. And then Bibbs, tell us your story, how it happened.
So my summer, I don't think it was my best summer performance-wise, so I really didn't know what to expect going into September 1st. I was really nervous. I didn't know who was going to call me, or if anyone was going to call me at all. But I had a list of schools compiled, and I was lucky enough to have Coach Tyson from Howard call me on September 1st. And we just had an amazing conversation. I was super nervous about it, but she answered every question I could have possibly had. And just the way she spoke about her athletes and how she wanted them to grow as people really stuck out to me. She mentioned that she wanted her athletes to be able to walk into a room and just take up space and be strong, independent women. And that really just stuck to me, and I feel like it will forever will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ever met Coach Tyson,
She's awesome.
she commands the room.
Yes.
In a great way, and she's a strong woman, a strong mom. I've seen her there with her daughter.
Yeah.
And I get her dad is,
Yes.
pretty tough coach too, Marty Tyson, right?
Yes.
And she'd had her eye on you for over a year.
Mm-hmm.
So that was great that she had taken a long time, because she
Yeah.
couldn't talk to you before, but
Mm-hmm.
she'd always wanted the lefty.
Yes.
So that's good. So so she finally called you, and you're excited. Did she want you to come out and visit, or how did it happen?
Yeah, we actually scheduled my visit for that next weekend, the very same weekend, and it was just, the experience was unreal. I've only lived in Arizona my whole life, so just getting to see DC in a different part of the country was just awesome. And just the vibes, the energy, everything about it, I loved. Everyone was so welcoming, and they really took the time to make my family feel at home too, like talking to my brother Drake about basketball and stuff, and the football game, the energy, the band, the camp. I really liked how Coach Tori coached and held us accountable, and how fast-paced the camp was. And I think she really took the time to make sure that we focused on the little things, like taking care of our equipment, picking up the balls, and just all the small parts of the game, hustling at all times. So I just knew it was home, and I committed on my visit.
On your visit there, that
Yes.
it was set up like it was a camp, but you went there. It was the weekend after.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, your whole family went,
Yes.
right? So Drake was there, and your dad and your mom. You guys toured DC, and she took you in all as a family, right?
Yes, it was amazing.
So I'm sure your mom felt, okay, my daughter's gonna go all the way to the East
Yeah.
Coast. She better have a strong, and Coach Tyson.
For sure.
Is.
Yes.
Yep.
It was amazing. Awesome.
That's good. And then, so I mean, you committed, but before you committed, she has to say, "Hey, I want you." So tell me a little bit about how that transpired.
So after we toured the campus and everything, we sat down with Coach Tori. I was so nervous. It was me and my family. I was so nervous. And we were all in the room with the rest of the staff. And they just told us, what it was going to look like if I went there. And I just knew. And it was it was really like emotional moment for my family and I, because it was just so rewarding. And we felt like not only my work and time, but my family's time and effort, like it just all paid off, and it was awesome.
Yeah, and that's what's so awesome, that your whole family was there to be part of that when she said what she said to you, and
Yes.
then to be able to soak that all in, and
Right.
all that hard work paid off. And obviously you must have had a great summer. You give yourself, make it sound like you didn't have a great summer. You did have a great summer. Did your team win the Tier 2 national championship at Alliance?
Yes, we actually did.
Okay.
It was so awesome. Just the girls, how we played together, it was amazing. Great experience.
Yeah, and it takes a full team effort to get to
For sure.
that stage.
Yeah.
I think you guys played either 12 or 13 games,
It was a long week.
and you had to play. I think it was the World Series it's shaped up like the national championship, like the World Series. So you had to play the best of three, and you played three in one day for the championship.
Yes, and it was like the end of the tournament. We were all so tired, but I just remember we were like, we got to get this win. So we pushed through.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there was one thing that Coach Tyson said about you, that she loved how what a great teammate you were, and then it didn't matter if things were going great or things were going bad. You were always that same consistent player, and you didn't let something bad get you down. And if something bad happened, you picked up your teammate. So that goes a long way, because this game is it's a tough game.
Yes, for
We all know.
sure.
Yeah. I've been reading this book, What It Takes What It Takes, and the one philosophy I really picked up on is, if you make a mistake, hey, you own it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to happen again. So you own it, but then you flush it, and then on to the next play. The next play is the most important play.
Right.
So that way, and in the middle of a game, what's good does it do you if you sit there and
Exactly.
waddle and it's over.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Own it, and then you'll come back to it later for practice or something and get better, but flush it, and then let's get the next play.
Yeah.
So I've really taken that to heart, and it applies in any sport.
For sure.
All right, great. Well, so thank you so much for sharing that awesome journey. So then you come back, because that was early September.
Yes.
You haven't really even picked up fall ball yet, really, that you've been
Yeah.
practicing. So that's why you said, kind of like Collin, it was more I got to work on this. So you worked
Yes.
hard this fall.
Yes. Just targeting what I think are my weak points, or my areas that need the most improvement.
Super.
Mhm.
And then kind of going back with that, it's like 3A question, 3B question, Collin. We'll do this. What do you think worked best during the recruiting process in terms of communicating with coaches prior to September 1st, after September 1st, during the summer before your senior year, and then your senior year?
Definitely reaching out and trying to get people to come watch me, I think, was really big. And even if they didn't come, at least they knew my name, and I could go to a camp or something like that to make more connections.
And you were really specific about which camps you went to.
Yeah.
So you really wanted to go to a 4-year school in Utah, so you directed all your energy towards Utah.
Yeah.
Is that how it happened? Because
Yeah. I really wanted to stay closer to home, and I've gone to a couple more that were farther away, but I just really love the area. So.
that was good, and you worked the whole state,
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
schools. That's awesome. That's good. And then what about you, Bibbs? What worked best for you during the recruiting process?
Just trying to put myself out there as much as possible on a variety of different platforms. I use Twitter and Sports Recruits, and just sending emails and videos before every tournament, my schedules and stuff. Just putting myself out there, really. And to be honest, I couldn't have done it without my recruiting coordinator. You guys might know him. Yeah, he was pretty awesome. Just worked so hard to just get us all to where we needed to be, and just provided us with so many opportunities, and walked us through every single part of the recruiting process, from how to send emails, how to talk to coaches, what to do at camps, just everything. And I'm just so grateful for that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the recruiting coordinators should do that. That's good. That's great. No, it's for most recruiting coordinators, it's a blessing. Really, it's easy to fight for great student athletes. You got nothing to lose. What's it take take a minute of your time or make a phone call or send an email or go up to a coach and say, hey, please take a look at, Bibbs, or please take a look at Hess if you're looking for this, that. That's great. Well, thank you. So, hey, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Let's hear from Polaris PT.
At Polaris PT and Wellness, we believe that movement is medicine. We believe that as an athlete, you should be performing at the highest level. And so we deliver performance-driven solutions to get you back out onto the field faster. So give us a call at 480-808-4995 or reach out to us through our website, www.polarisptphx.com, where movement is medicine.
And we're back. Thank you, Brig, with Polaris PT. We got a couple more questions left. We'll start with Bibbs. Bibbs, knowing what you know now, all right, so much wiser now, what would you tell your younger self about the college softball recruiting process?
Shoot, I would definitely tell myself that it's a grind for sure, and just to stay relaxed and trust the process and just embrace the grind, because at the end of the day, you only get to do this once. So might as well just have fun while you're doing it. And I feel like I put a lot of unnecessary pressure on myself that wasn't really there. Like, I remember I would get so worked up if I made an error in front of a school that I was interested in, or if they were interested in me, I'd get so worked up about it. But just to keep my composure and keep cheering on my teammates and having good energy, and save any like bad emotions that I have for the car or for the hotel room, and just flushing it, letting it go, because there's going to be more opportunity.
That's great. Yeah, and who bats 1,000?
No one.
Over the course of the season.
Yeah, no one.
Maybe in a game if they go 1 for 2, well, 1 for 1 because the second at bat was a walk.
Right.
And maybe they bat 1,000 in a game, but you're right. Okay, good. And then Collin, knowing what you know now, the big senior, what would you tell your younger self about the college softball recruiting process?
I think, like you were saying earlier, I say mistakes are totally inevitable, but they're so temporary. Like you said, you're going to get so many opportunities in one game, even just like one weekend. So I think focusing on the next play and trusting the process, like Rylan said, and just like not comparing yourself to everyone else's journey, because everyone's so different.
Very wise.
Very wise.
And then our last question, and we added this for our second season, is Bibbs, what are your personal keys to success?
My personal keys to success are staying positive and keeping a good mindset no matter what my outcomes are, because I feel like it takes the stress off myself if I'm pouring my energy into my teammates, and it just helps me be more loose on the field. And also just staying strong in my faith, praying and just trusting God's process and that he's going to get me to where I need to be.
Yeah. Amen. Collin, what about you? What are your personal keys to success?
I think being a good teammate and trying to bring everyone's energy up is so important to me, and I just feel like that's one of my main goals. And also reminding myself why I play the game. I think if I'm in an environment where I start to lose a passion, or I just feel like it's not right for me, I just remind myself why I love the game and how far it's gotten me.
Yeah, thank you. And I do know you two love the game, and everyone I've interviewed has loved the game. And it's amazing to me. I see these student athletes that they live, breathe, and eat softball. I mean, they play the game with such mental toughness. Well, we got athletes, and I know you guys have gone through your injuries and you play hurt. Sometimes you think you're hurt, but you're really injured, but you still play. So it's been amazing to watch because I'm there so much of the adversity that you guys face, and you guys just push through it. So especially you two. You two are very mentally tough. So kudos to you two.
Thank you.
So hey, thanks for watching. AZ in the Circle, Arizona Softball Podcast. If you felt like we've earned your subscription, then please, on YouTube, subscribe. On AZ in the Circle on Twitter, on X, that's our handle, AZ in the Circle. On Instagram, our handle is also AZ in the Circle. So thank you again. Thank you, Rylan. Thank you, Bibbs.
Yes,
Thank you
Collin.
again.
You guys have a great evening. And then thank you for watching AZ in the Circle, Arizona Softball Podcast.